In this video we are going to talk about why a bed and breakfast is the perfect venue for your wedding. Before continuing this video, like this video and subscribe to our channel Best for Brides for future updates. Getting married in a church is considerably less popular than you imagine. Less than 20% of people get married in a formal religious setting. As a result, many couples are looking toward more alternative locations when choosing a wedding venue. If you're looking for a similar traditional appeal for your wedding venue but don't want to get married in a church, bed and breakfast might be the perfect option for you and your partner. You'll have plenty of room for live wedding music, a place for you and your guests to stay, and a comfortable rustic atmosphere for both the ceremony and the reception. Many beds and breakfast venues are set up with weddings in mind and offer plenty of options for making your wedding unique and unforgettable. They can typically accommodate both the ceremony and the reception in indoor and outdoor settings. You might be surprised by how many people a bed and breakfast venue can accommodate for weddings. You might also be surprised at the convenience of the food and accommodation at these venues. If you're looking at bed and breakfast places for your wedding day, you'll need to book well in advance. Many of the more popular places are fully booked more than 8 months in advance due to the COVID pandemic and resulting lockdowns. If you haven't decided on what type of wedding venue will work best for you and your partner, you might want to consider these benefits of hosting your wedding at bed and breakfast. Perfect accommodations. Hosting your wedding at a B&B makes it easy to find room for all of your guests to stay the night. Chances are, you have friends and family coming from out of state and will need somewhere to stay. On-site accommodations offer unparalleled convenience, even for the guests that live nearby. However, if you're booking a B&B in a more secluded location, you'll need to book enough rooms for everyone. Speak with the B&B's management before selecting the venue to discuss accommodation options for you and your guests. Flexible outdoor spaces. The best traditional B&Bs have beautiful outdoor settings for both the ceremony and the reception, no matter the time of year. The environment and natural surroundings create a romantic atmosphere for you and your significant other while making the entire event more memorable and enjoyable for all of your guests. A big part of the B&B's appeal lies in the venue's natural surroundings for many couples. After the ceremony and reception, these spaces transform into a beautiful romantic getaway. Indoor backup plans. While the preference for B&B weddings is usually to host the ceremony outside, many of these venues offer indoor spaces that will serve equally well in the event of poor weather. When you're selecting a platform, ask the property manager about your options in such an event. While it might get a little crowded indoors with all your guests, it's preferable to have this plan instead of delaying the event or asking everyone to head out into the rain. These backup options are critical for colder months or when booking in a northern state. On-site catering. Bed and breakfast venues accustomed to hosting weddings likely have an in-house catering option available for your big day. In some cases, it might even be included in the booking price. If your B&B doesn't have its catering options, the staff will have a few recommendations for where to book. First, you'll need to make sure the catering event space is larger enough to fit your guest list. Traditional rustic appeal. If your dream for the perfect wedding is a smaller wedding with a classic, traditional appeal, bed and breakfast wedding might be the right choice for you and your partner. The best B&Bs create a comfortable and intimate atmosphere perfect for such an event. You'll have plenty of opportunities to enjoy the company of your friends and family. You'll also have all the comforts of home within reach while still enjoying a new, adventurous location. Perfect photo opportunities. Choosing bed and breakfast for your wedding venue means you'll have the perfect backdrop for your wedding photos. The best venue has wide open lawns, beautiful gardens, and maybe a wraparound porch. The buildings, gazebos, and decor in and around the venue often make for the standout background features in your photos. Setting up an excellent opportunity for photos means you'll be able to cherish more of the individual moments from your wedding day rather than letting it all happen in a flash. Plenty of room for live music. One of the most common misconceptions surrounding smaller wedding venues, like bed and breakfast, is that they don't have the space to accommodate an entire wedding band for the reception. Most of the time, this isn't the case. Before booking, ask property management about adjusting a wedding band for the event. Chances are, they'll have plenty of flexibility for this request. If you find out there won't be enough room for a wedding band, you may want to consider booking a wedding DJ instead. In many ways, a wedding DJ might even be a better option than a band for your big day. Everything for your wedding is within reach. Choosing a bed and breakfast venue for your wedding means that everything takes place in one location. There are usually a few different locations on the property that you can choose to host certain aspects of your wedding, such as the rehearsal dinner, ceremony, and reception. However, throughout the entire wedding day, you'll have everyone and everything close by, ensuring that your plans work out perfectly. Bed and breakfasts are the perfect all-in-one spot for many weddings, so they are always worth considering when choosing a venue. What characteristics distinguish a suitable wedding location? With the rise of Pinterest weddings, many couples are choosing locations based on the aesthetic of a wedding they saw online. However, it's critical to consider what feels real to you as a couple and to select a venue and decor that reflects who you are. And keep in mind that while a location may have looked stunning with a different theme or design plan, it may not be the right fit for yours. What are the aspects of micro-wedding? With a guest count of 20 or less, a micro-wedding is considerably smaller than your ordinary little wedding. It's just like a regular wedding, with all the usual trimmings, a DJ, band, florist, you name it, except with a far smaller guest list. How can you throw a big wedding on a limited budget? The location takes the biggest bite out of the wedding budget, nearly half. Why not save money by hosting at a bed and breakfast? An outdoor wedding and reception in a special location minimizes the requirement for a lavish, extravagant venue. If you want to have your event outside, make sure you have a solid backup plan in place. Rain or even high heat might ruin your day, so be sure you have a backup plan. What is the most significant consideration when choosing a wedding venue? One of the most important factors to consider when selecting a wedding venue is the location. The wedding ceremony attracts a significant number of attendees. Furthermore, every one of your visitors hails from a different part of the world. As a result, the wedding venue should be conveniently accessible to everyone. Furthermore, if the wedding site is close to a well-known landmark, your guests will have no trouble finding it by looking for the landmark on Google Maps or using other technologies. What variables influence venue selection? There are several factors that influence the selection of the venue. One of the main ones is the cost. Take the time to calculate the total cost of having your event at a specific location. Gather as much information as possible up front, online, via phone, and in person. Read reviews, ask questions, and inquire about the experiences of relatives and friends. Reduce your alternatives and arrange for site visits to the places you like most. When you do go, try not to allow your initial excitement to overshadow any practical issues that could compromise appropriateness or the bottom line. What do you think about this video? Do let us know in the comments section below. Please subscribe to our channel Best for Bride for future updates and visit our website, www.bestforbride.com.